The ancient Egyptians. Welcome to this journey through the most unusual and lesser-known aspects of daily life in ancient Egypt. Forget the pyramids and pharaohs. Today, we will discover how ordinary people actually lived. Let's start with the Egyptian food. Contrary to what one might think, the ancient Egyptians didn't live on bread alone. Their diet was surprisingly varied and refined. They ate sweets decorated with honey and sesame seeds, which were considered a true luxury. Bread, a central element of their diet, was so important that it was used as currency. However, it wasn't the soft bread we are accustomed to today. It was often made from barley or emmer flour and could be quite hard, sometimes causing wear on the teeth. Proteins came primarily from legumes like lentils and chickpeas, but also from fish and birds from the Nile. Meat, particularly beef and duck, was a luxury reserved for the upper classes. Vegetables were another fundamental component of their diet. Onions, garlic, and leeks were not only staples but also used for their medicinal properties. And let's not forget fruits. Figs, pomegranates, and dates were sweet delicacies enjoyed by everyone. Finally, beer was the quintessential daily drink, consumed by men, women, and even children. It wasn't just a source of nutrition, but also an important social element during feasts and religious rituals. Now, let's dive into the world of Egyptian beauty and fashion, an aspect that shows how advanced they were in these fields. The Egyptians weren't just obsessed with aesthetics, but also had a surprisingly modern understanding of hygiene and wellness. Men and women used cosmetics with great skill. Kohl, made from powdered galena, lead sulfide, was not only used to define the eyes, but was also believed to have protective properties against the sun and evil spirits. Red ochre was used to color cheeks and lips, a precursor to modern lipstick. Wigs were another distinctive element of Egyptian fashion. Made from human hair or plant fibers, they were worn for both aesthetic purposes and protection against heat and parasites. The most elaborate wigs were symbols of status and wealth. Jewelry, highly significant, was worn by both sexes and all social classes. Necklaces, bracelets, and rings were often made of gold and set with precious stones. Even the less affluent wore jewelry, though theirs was made of simpler materials like copper or ceramic. Clothing was generally simple, primarily linen tunics. However, the quality of the linen and the complexity of the designs varied depending on social rank. The wealthiest wore finely woven, transparent tunics, while the less affluent wore coarser versions. Lastly, an interesting aspect was the use of perfumes and aromatic oils, considered essential for personal hygiene and religious rituals. These oils not only perfumed the body but were also used for their healing and preservative properties, a key element in mummification practices. Now, let's explore leisure time in ancient Egypt, a fascinating aspect of daily life full of surprises. Egyptians didn't just work hard. They also knew how to enjoy their free time with various recreational activities. One of the most popular games was Senet, an ancient board game involving strategy and luck. This game was so beloved that it was often depicted in tombs and was believed to have religious significance, representing the journey to the afterlife. In addition to Senet, there were other board games like a Mayhen and a Hounds and Jackals, demonstrating their preference for intellectual entertainment. These games were popular among all social classes and often played with family or friends. Fishing and hunting were not only necessary activities for survival but also popular pastimes, especially among the elite. Hunting was often practiced in the marshy areas of the Nile, where birds and fish were caught with nets and harpoons. Egyptian children enjoyed a variety of games and toys. They had dolls made of fabric or clay, miniature boats to play with in the Nile, and even role-playing games that mimicked adult activities. Music and dance played a central role in celebrations and religious rites. Instruments like the harp, flute, and sistrum were commonly used. Dances were performed both for entertainment and as part of more formal ceremonies. Mythological tales and legends were narrated orally, often during feasts or gatherings, enriching their culture with a legacy of stories and heroes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content about history and culture.